I need to shut this light. Turn these on. Is better? We're working on it. So, since we started Vlogmas, I figured I would do a vlog. So it's Saturday morning. I got up. That's why I look like a hot mess. It's Saturday morning at 9. Usually I wake up earlier, but since we changed the clocks, I've been getting up so... I've not been getting up late. I've been getting so tired. So I'll go to bed really early, or I'll get really, really tired, and then today I slept in till about 8 o'clock, which I don't usually do. Like, usually I'm up by 7 every day of the week. Even Saturday, work days, and you name it, that's usually my time between 6:45 and 7, but it's been a little rough lately. So I slept in till 8. I played on my phone for a little while, came down, cleaned the kitchen a little bit, and now I'm making breakfast. I did have my morning stuff, which is my vitamin B and my vitamin D. I'll show you guys. Because I'm vegan, I take B12. And because I live in some place where I can't be in the sun all winter, I take D. So, I took those. I got these from Amazon. And I took some black seed oil. It is the most disgusting thing. It's gross, but it's good for everything. And because my mom is so ill and because cancer runs so high in my family, I do take that, even though it tastes like you're drinking gasoline. Not gonna lie, get that from Amazon. And now I'm gonna make a protein shake. I don't usually do like an actual protein shake unless it's the summer. I like them in the summer because it's cooler out. It's the second time I did that. I say I don't get sun in the winter and it's cooler out in the summer. Why am I backwards today? Is it opposite day? Remember when you were little and you'd be like, you're stupid, it's opposite day. Or you'd be mean, you'd be like, you're smart, it's opposite day. Do your kids do that? My nieces and nephews just started that, no fun. Anyway, so I guess it's opposite day. I like frozen fruit or ice cubes in my smoothies, but today I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do, I don't know what the heck was on the outside of my blender. I'm gonna do just a regular protein shake, and I'm gonna do it with warm water, believe it or not. You guys saw this in my visit vlog video, but matcha tea, cacao powder, because I don't usually do coffee anymore. I used to do coffee in here, and warm water. So hold on, I'm gonna get the water. I like to put the water in first so that it doesn't, for some reason I feel like the protein powder sticks to the blender more if I put the protein powder in first and then the water. Normally I would do almond milk, coconut milk, even oat milk, but I just don't have it. I ran out of oat milk this week. Got oat milk at Wegmans the other day. On my way to visit. It wasn't as good as I remembered it to be, but also I had the homemade store kind when I had it there the first time, and it was delicious. And this time I could not find the homemade store kind, so I just got the manufactured processed kind, and it wasn't really as good. So that's okay. And I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I think I'm gonna add some nut butter if I have it. And I think I might add half of a banana, because I got some brown bananas over here. And that's gonna be breakfast. So let's just put this in. Do you know how many times I've made it? This is how scatterbrained I am in the morning. Clearly, dyslexic, opposite day. But you don't know how many smoothies I've made where I've put everything in with the protein powder. Then I'm like, why is this so thin? And I'll be at work. I'm like, why does this taste so gross? Because I forgot the main ingredient. Smart one. Okay. I do have some brown bananas. When they get to this point, I feel like this is like a food video. I don't know, but you guys have asked for it, so it's not going to be, the whole thing's not going to be a food video. This is just what I'm doing this morning. But when the bananas, can I go back to bed and get back up? Because this is hysterical. When the bananas turn brown, a little more brown than this, when they start going black, it's really easy for your body to digest bananas when they're a little spotty and brown, plus they're sweeter. But when they get any like this or more, I'll put them in the freezer, and then I'll use them in my smoothies in the summer, because then it gives you like an ice cream, like a thick consistency. I actually have some in the freezer, but it makes me too cold if I drink that this time of year. I'm debating if I want the whole banana in there. It's a small banana, but I haven't worked out in a couple days. This is like trials and tribulations. I think I'm gonna stick with half. And then I'm gonna get some nut butter, and then I'm gonna be good. One that I picked up from Home Goods just because they had it for $4.99. It's all different kinds of seeds. You could see, when I first opened it, I was like, what the hell is in there? Because you could see the spottiness. Can you see that? There's chia seeds in there as well, which I thought was cool. I don't love, to be completely honest, I do not love this one. When I do get the sunflower butter I will show you it because I can't off the top of my head remember the brand. I don't eat nut butter all the time, but this shake right now is out of my ordinary. Usually I literally just mix protein powder with what I showed you on my other video. Right now it changes all the time, but right now it's matcha tea and cacao powder, some fancy cocoa powder and water, or sometimes I'll put it in hot water and I'll make like a tea out of it and I'll drink it. And that's been my breakfast for a couple months. Every once in a while on the weekends, I kind of want a little bit more. This, especially if I'm going out and I'm running errands, this will keep me full for a whole bunch of hours. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go shake this up and then I'll be back with more. I have a story for you guys about the snowstorm that hit the other day in New Jersey. Wow. I need to get it down to every last drop. I'm splatter painting the kitchen and myself with protein shake at the moment. You know, that's always fun. I like to use either glass or aluminum straws. I got this one on Amazon. Groupon has a whole bunch of aluminum ones on sale, which are great because these are really hard to clean the inside. I have a pipe cleaner that came with these. This came in a pack of 4. Like one of my favorite companies. I might have to put like the link to it somewhere because the packaging of this, oh, it's called Dragonfly. That's what it was called. So let me post the link for you guys. Best marketing, best packaging, so pleased. And then the other ones I got were, my friend gave me one, she got like a thing of 6 from Groupon. So, because I don't like to put plastic in hot or extremely cold things. Let me put this to the side. I'm just gonna clean the counter and then we're gonna do a little story time vlog. And before somebody beats me to it, I do usually use natural cleaning products. However, I have hired is the wrong word. We were blessed by getting some maids who, through a nonprofit, will come and help me clean my mother's house because my mother has this big house and she's very, very, very ill. And I can't keep up with cleaning after her, taking care of her, cleaning the house, working full time, and doing all of this extra stuff. So through a nonprofit, I don't remember the name of the nonprofit. This one is based in New Jersey, but if you guys are struggling or if you have somebody who's ill or struggling, if you Google nonprofits that do that, I believe that they're all over the place. They will, whatever you need help with, if you need rides to your doctor's appointments, you don't have one, if you need somebody to come in and clean your house, if you need, you name it, somebody to take you shopping, somebody to come help you with your Christmas presents, somebody to help you with anything, it is a nonprofit for people who are, this one is sick with cancer. This one might actually even be directly for breast cancer, but I can't remember. But anyway, and they contract for, I think we got them contracted for 3 months, once every 2 weeks, and then because she's still so sick, they can extend the contract. So I thought that was really cool. Point in telling you is that they requested certain cleaning products, and you have to give them what they want. They're coming to your house and they're cleaning for you for free. So that's what I have in the house right now. But before somebody says anything to me, usually I do use Myers or one of those other ones. I really should talk the maids into using those because they're so much better for you. But I do understand these harsh chemicals do actually do the job very well. I'm so excited that you guys are with me today because you're making normal chores so much more fun to do because I have you with me. So I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to put you guys wherever am I going to put you guys to join me doing my laundry? The lighting's better over here, but I think I'm going to have to put you up here and we're going to have to deal with the lighting. Can you see me? There we go. You can barely see me. Does this help? Not even a little? Yes, a little. Okay. Let's get that window out of the way. Okay, so you guys are going to fold laundry with me while I tell you this story time, but hold on, let me shut off the lights. I need to do Vlogmas every single day, so I actually enjoy doing housework. So let me tell you what happened with the snowstorm while I fold my laundry. So they let us leave work. I showed you guys. I'm going to put in this video some footage of during that snowstorm because it was insane. How is this November? I live in New Jersey, not the North Pole, like my husband, who ironically, his name is Mr. Claus. Let's not live up to that name. On a mission to go dig my mother out of dig her car out of her work because she cannot be out in the cold. And I left work at 3 o'clock, you guys. It is a 7-minute drive. It was probably a 5-minute drive from my work to where I am right now. This is how fast we're moving. This is how fast we're moving. 0. That has gone for months. I do not have an underinflated tire. I just have to go to Audi to get it fixed. Anyway, this is what my dear friend, Mama, just called Snowvember. These kids that we serve. These kids. It was insane. We got, what did we get? 5 or 6, maybe 8 inches in certain areas of snow, and it dropped between 12:30 and 3 was the max, and then it kept snowing overnight, but not nearly as much. But by the time they let us leave work at 3 o'clock, it was, you guys will see, I am insane when it comes to folding clothes. I'm like OCD. So when they let us leave work at 3 o'clock, we already had a good like 4 or 5 inches. So a lot of people, because we live in a state that winter is usually from mid-December to like March, people didn't have their snow brushes to clean off their car in the cars yet because it's very uncommon for us to get snow in November before Thanksgiving. And if we do, usually it's just a freak thing and we'll get a little dusting and it's gone the next day. Once or twice we got some snow in October, but even that, it was a dusting. It really looked like we were all going to die. It looked like the end of the world because all the trees had their leaves still on them. And when the snow, and I live in a very woodsy area, I'll show you the backyard in a minute, but all the leaves were still on the trees. So the trees were all bending over, like almost like the tops of the trees were almost touching the ground. A lot of them snapped, but it looked like all of them were going to snap. Thank God they didn't, because you just don't realize it's awkward to see snow on top of trees with leaves because you're not used to seeing that. Anyway, so those were the 2 freak snowstorms. We had one on Halloween and one the very end of October, the year after that. And then we haven't had snow in November since. And then I think 3 years ago, we had snow the night before Thanksgiving because I remember I was going to run a turkey trot 5K for Thanksgiving and I couldn't because the weather, it was too cold. I didn't want to breathe in that and I didn't want to have to run on slippery pavement. I went to a turkey jam workout with my friend. So this is getting really babbly. I hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, so the whole point in the last, I don't know, 5 minutes of me talking is that we don't get snow in New Jersey usually very early. But we did this time. Global warming, whatever you want to call it. So nobody was prepared. It was bizarre. Everybody lost their damn mind. People were acting like they didn't, like we lived in a state that has never seen snow before. They were calling it Georgia last year. I don't remember what that's about. I don't remember Georgia getting snow last year, but I have a horrible memory. Anyway, so let us leave work at 3. I helped a few people. I lent my brush to help people do their cars, get the snow off their cars because people were doing it with their bare hands, which is freezing. So between that, maybe that was like 10 minutes. I was helping people. Did my car, actually I had to do my car twice in those 10 minutes. That's how much snow is there. I'm going to insert the picture of me with the snow all over myself. And that was just from 10 minutes standing outside. I was covered in snow. And then I left and I went to go, it was a very slow drive. So about a half a mile took me 20 minutes. I went to go get gas because my car was on empty. I went to go get gas because I figured the next morning I would have to shovel myself out and I would have to run my car for a while to warm it up and get all the snow off of it. So I didn't want to have to run out of gas in my driveway. And we all know how I am with getting up in the morning. I didn't want to have to do it in the morning. So I stopped for gas. And then about a mile, no, maybe like 2 or 3 miles. No, that's giving it a lot. I know this because I run it. About a mile from the gas station is my mother, the office where my mother works. So I went that way because I figured my mom drives a little Nissan. My car's a little bit higher, like it's like a hate crossovers, but I have to come to terms with the fact that my car is like a crossover SUV. So, and my car handles really, really well in the snow. Thank God. Knocking on, not wood. And there's like a little hill and there's some windiness on the road. And at this point, we probably had a good 5 inches on the road and nobody came to plow. The plows hadn't been out yet. And I think it was the time of day that it all came out, that everybody was already at work. And everybody was let out of work at the same time, it seemed, and school buses I guess kids were home from school, but everybody was on the road at the same time. Nobody had plowed, nobody had salted, nobody had sanded, and there was leaves underneath all of this snow because it's still the fall, so the roads are very slippery, and I live in a very windy, hilly, like I told you, foresty area. So cars were getting stuck all over the place. Cars were getting stuck, but then other cars were not going around them. So I'm like 25 cars deep. I don't know if there's an accident. I don't know if a car is stalled. I don't know if a car is stuck going up this little hill. So I called my mom, and I was at this point about 35 minutes on this street where I need to go a mile. And at this point, I'm probably only a block and a half away from her office. And I was like, Mom, I'm stuck. I've been in this spot for at least a half an hour. I was like, can you come out and walk to me? And then we'll just like pull a K-turn because a lot of people were doing it, and we'll just go the back roads. And she told me, she's like, Ro, I'm sorry, I can't. You guys know my mom's very ill. Her breathing is very, very bad now. And her cancer is all throughout her bones, up her spine, in her back, and her ribs. So God forbid she falls, she will be in the emergency room. It could be very, very, very ugly. It would be very ugly. Her bones are so brittle. So I said, no problem. So I was like, just stay put. Don't go outside. She wanted to drive her car, so I was going to come clean it off for her because she doesn't do well in the cold at all. Like I told you guys, the other video that I was doing a vlog, we have Raynaud's where our fingers turn numb, and in the cold they turn numb and white, but it hurts. It's the most awful pain. It's like if you guys have ever gone outside in a snowstorm, or when you were little you had a snowball fight and you were outside for hours in the cold, for you guys that are in colder climates, and your hands get really, really, really cold, and then when they're thawing out and they burn like that, it's intensified times 100. That's how it feels, but the whole time your hands are white like that. No fun. So anyway, and hers is worse because of her condition, and also it gets worse as you get older. So I'm like, don't come out, just stay there, I'll be there. So I'm trying to get there, stuck in the same spot for at least another 20 minutes. I called her back. I'm like, how you doing? She said, I'm okay. She's not understanding what's going on with me. She's not understanding why I can't get to her. But I was like, please, just hang out. I will be there as soon as I can. About, I don't know, now we're about an hour in of me sitting in this exact same spot. I get a call from her, and she's like, Ro? I go, yeah. She's like, I'm a couple blocks from home. She said, my boss came and he shoveled me out, and I was able to get out of the work driveway, so you can come home now. At this point, I was like tired. I was hangry. I had been in my car for way too long, and it was time for me to go home. So I just pulled a K-turn, and I was home. I took the back streets. I was home in like 10 minutes. No big deal. It was a slow drive, but thank God the side streets weren't that bad. When I got to work the next day, everybody was telling me I work 7 minutes from home. This all occurred within a 7-mile radius. So I was one of the lucky ones that it took me 2 hours. There were people that took 4 hours, 6 hours. One guy lives 25 minutes away from the office. It took him 8 hours to get home. I was like, I could have drove out to Pittsburgh in less time, in 3 hours less time than it took you to do a 25-minute drive. And so the average was about 6 hours that it took people to get home. And I have to give everybody credit. Every single one of them was out in the office the next day. And then we found out, this is so sad. Do you guys care? Am I getting annoying at this point? I don't know. I'm sorry. But it's just, I can't understand it. Like people, if I can find pictures, I'll insert them here. But people were stuck on the George Washington Bridge outside of their cars, just walking around. We were stuck so long that people had to get out of their cars and re-clean them. Like redust, the people who had their brushes, redust off their cars because they were literally sitting in the same spot for so long. So it was definitely an adventure. I don't know who messed up. I don't know why they didn't plow. It was just a mess. And so one of the guys at work was like, are people just going to follow this and this is what's going to happen every time it snows? Are we going to be stuck with people driving like animals running red lights and going around each other and driving on the wrong side of the street, driving the wrong way on the wrong side of the highway. What is wrong with people? Like, I get you want to go home, but, oh, and then my sister's boyfriend's mother was stuck on just babbling and babbling, and I could think of the guy. I'm laughing so hard. This doesn't bother me anymore. It used to really, it made me cry at points. It made me feel like I wanted to shut down my YouTube channel when trolls would leave comments, but all I can think about right now is the guy that told me to shut my fat mouth, and then another one came back and was like, you need to shut up, you talk too much. And that's all I have, like, their profile images in my head right now, which is making me laugh really hard because, hello, I am talking too much. Anyway, so my sister's boyfriend's mother is a nurse, so she was obligated to go into work. And she was stuck on a highway that was closed. And so they closed the highway while all these cars were already on the road. The air conditioner in her janky old car broke. So she was stuck for 7 hours in her car in a snowstorm without any heat. I said air conditioner because it's opposite day, of course. Anyway, so she calls her son laughing. What a great sport. She's a nurse. Nurses are badass. Shout out to all of you nurses. You're badasses. So she calls her son, my sister's boyfriend, and she's like, so I've been stuck in the car. I've had no heat, 6 hours, blah, blah, and I really had to go to the bathroom. But women can't just go to the bathroom. They can't just find a cup in the car. She goes, so I just had to do it. She peed herself, right? So if that was me, I'd be hysterical crying. I'd be embarrassed. I'd be pissed off. She's laughing. She's like, well, it warmed me up for 5 minutes. I'm telling you, nurses are badass women. People, men, women, nurses are badass. You guys rock. So really, that's the snowstorm story. Hold on, let me finish folding this one shirt. I have so much laundry because, like, she's still folding. Yes, because I went to visit last weekend, so I have 2 weeks worth of, I usually just do my laundry on the weekends, so I have 2 weeks worth of laundry piled up, and I've been at the gym very consistently because of my video where I said, I'll post it up there, where I said that I was going to go 5 days a week for the next 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I didn't meet that because I injured my shoulder, but that's a story for another time. I went 3 days this week, but that was enough. I'm in a lot of pain. Anyway, it's just what comes along with it. So here's what the snow looks out there. What the snow looks like out there. I think I need some caffeine or something because I can't speak. But then again, it's just going to make it worse, isn't it? What else do I have for you guys? So, yeah, so I have to alter my goals, but that is a lesson for everybody. It's okay. Let's move this. Nope. It's okay to be flexible with your goals if something like an injury happens, or, so I can't go to the gym every day or 5 days a week for 2 weeks because I can't do half the workouts. Yesterday was dumbbell thrusters where you go down and you push your arms up with weights. My shoulder wouldn't be able to do that. And then it was rowing, which is a lot of shoulders, and then it was flip up against the wall and do handstands, push-ups. So you do push-ups while you're in a handstand. So that is all 100% shoulders. I can't right now. I have to rest my shoulder. I've got something going on with my rotator cuff, or I'm going to wind up making it worse because I did ignore this. This started out as a little pinch, a little tweak that I just pushed through and I ignored, and now it's more. Something's going on in there and it hurts constantly. So something like that, or let's say you set a goal of something that you're going to do with him. Like, here's an example from my own life, and it's kind of depressing, but we had all kinds of goals and plans set for when he got out, when we thought he was getting clemency from President Obama. Well, obviously that didn't happen, so we had to adjust our goals, and that's okay. So you have to remain laser focused on your goals. But if you need to take a detour because of something like an injury, because of something like clemency didn't happen, that's okay. You just kind of reevaluate, reset your goals, and set off on a different path. But you have to make sure that it's an obligation. Like, you can't set out and say, well, I'm just having a bad day, so I'm going to change all my goals. That's come on, that's not what this is about. It's about being flexible, but also knowing what you want. Like, I still will attain my goal of going to the gym for 5 days when I'm back and healthy, but I'm not going to do anything stupid and make myself worse. So I hope you guys understand the difference between the two, but I did set out to do that. Okay, I think my socks. Is that the worst part for you guys too? I have all different color and I don't know if you could see, but like all different pattern socks for that reason, because it makes it so much easier to pair them. So I'm going to go, I think I'm going to trim a lot of this video. We're already at 28 minutes. Oh no, 20 minutes and 28 seconds. I don't know, but I'm going to finish this and then we'll do another vlog later because this is getting a little bit babbly and long. Bye guys. See what I mean? These are all different colors and patterns, and they're so much easier to fold that way. I just folded this in 2 minutes. But in case you're wondering, these thick socks, they are, I only wear no-show socks in the gym. I'm a freak. I don't like my socks to show, for me personally. I think it's really cute when people wear their socks pulled up, just not my thing. So these thicker socks are the ones that are made for Chucks. I believe they're called Chuck socks. This whole row, minus this whole row is from the New Balance outlet. These are thin and they're no-show. They're my favorite to wear in the summer. And then all of these up here are thin, no-show Adidas from Costco. And then these are Vans I got from DSW. I don't love these. They're kind of, if you wear slip-on Vans, they're good. But if not, then they're a little bit too no-show, or they slide down my foot and they're annoying. Like, I could never work out in these. But in case you're wondering, Chuck socks, made for like Converse, so you can't see, and they're thicker, so they're great for like going for a run, or you have a pair of shoes that's a little bit too big. These are great thick socks, and I'll wear these with boots in the winter because my feet need to stay warmer. These are thinner. They're great for summer workouts. They're great all year, but I really enjoy them in the summer because they're thin, and so I feel like my foot breathes more. All of these are from the New Balance outlet, and then these are very similar to these. They're just a little bit thinner, so they're almost, I wear through them a little bit faster, like they'll get runs in them. But for the money, I think I paid $9 for $6 for 6 pairs. They're from Costco. They're Adidas, not in love Vans from DSW. But if you do wear slip-on Vans, or your kids do, and their feet stink, these are great.